Hey, what's going on, you guys? I'm Prakhar back from techriz.com, and in the previous project we have discussed that how you can integrate Google Sign-in in your Android app, and in this lesson I'm going to show you how you can integrate Facebook Sign-in in your Android app. So as Google Sign-in makes authentication way easier for you and your users, Facebook does the same. But this time it does with the Facebook authentication, so you need to have your users need to have a Facebook account and probably a Facebook app on their mobile, which makes it easier, but it's no compulsion that you have to have the app because it will open in browsers as well. So let's get started. Okay, so for this I have created a project which I have named as Facebook Sign-in. I'm not connected that to the Firebase yet. That's a main activity, and that's a activity main.xml, which is the XML file of this activity. So let's get started with this. So now for creating a Facebook sign-in, you need to have a Facebook developers account. So you ask, what is Facebook developers account? So Facebook developers account basically gives you access to the authentication and the APIs of the Facebook. So you just need to search for Facebook developers on Google, and the first link will be probably the link that you have to go to. That's developers.facebook.com. Now you need to log in, and then you can go to my apps and you can add a new app here. Okay, when you add a new app, you can have any app that you want. Okay, so now I'm just going to have it like Facebook sign in. Okay, so now this is your contact email address. Please give an email address which is live and you are constantly checking for it. Okay, what is this? Okay, the term Facebook not allowed. Okay, fine. Sign in. Okay, that is correct. Fine. Okay, good. Now you have to fill the captcha. RKKPPHQ. I'm gonna skip that captcha filling. Anyways. Okay, so now this is your dashboard for the app. Now what you have to do is just close this thing. Okay, now you have to go to Facebook login and set up. Now it will ask you for the platform that you're using, so you'll select Android. Now download the Facebook SDK. We are not going to download the SDK, but we are going to do this through the dependencies. Okay, now we have to add the Maven Central. Now copy it and go to your what the heck, I don't know, doesn't open my taskbar. Okay, so go to your Gradle scripts, go to your project level grader file and paste the Maven Central here, and just wait, do not sync it now. I don't know why my taskbar is locked. Okay, I have to minimize every time. Never mind. Okay, so we'll import the dependencies now, that is implementation.facebook. Okay, so let me go to the app level Gradle file and just paste that, and you have to hit the sync now button now. Okay, so the next thing is you have to import these to the Facebook SDK developers package. We'll do that. Let it sync first. Okay, so now it has started, so let's go. Now we'll go to Google again. We'll go to the website again and then just go do next. Okay, now we have the package name and the default class name, which will have the activity in this. So I have the main activity. So okay, let's copy the package name. Let's go to manifest, wherever you like. Okay, so package name is all around. You can find any of these, even in the classes you can find this. Here we go. You have to just paste that thing and you have to just dot main activity. So I'm gonna write main activity, which is the thing that we are working on, the main activity. I'm gonna hit save. So this is for the deep linking. Yeah, I have not published it, so it does not find it on the Play Store because I haven't published it yet. That's not a problem, so I'll continue. Okay, so now we have to have a hash key. So now for the hash key, it is giving me a command like this. Okay, So what happens is Facebook authenticates via the hash key, via the signature of your app, that is the correct app, making a request for the authentication. So this is not for release, so you cannot have this key for the release and launch it on the Play Store and then authenticate your users. This is just for debugging purposes. If you want to have the release key, I'll mention it just below this in my blog. You can visit it in the description, and the links in the description, so then you can just directly go and just copy that command and do that thing. Okay, so we have this. Now for this you need to have OpenSSL. OpenSSL, you can have it from here, the Google Code Archive. Okay, so I'll give the link for this in the description. You can download the 32-bit version or 64-bit version as you like. I'm going to go with the 64 version, but I'll already have it, so you just need to download it and just copy that on your desktop. Nothing more than that. Okay. Now for Windows, now for Mac users, you have that here command, and now for Windows you have that here. So what happens is actually you have to have a key store. So debug.keystore, which has the debug keys of your app. So yes, it's a really simple process. We're just gonna copy that here. Okay, so make sure you have the JDK installed on your computer. You have to open this and just go to okay, so now what we have to do is what I prefer to do is I will not paste that key, the OpenSSL folder, onto my desktop because it will have a long path that is for C, then users, then desktop, and then folder, and then file. So I do not basically like that. So I just paste that. So I just pasted that in my C drive and just open that thing. I'm going to show you how it looks. So we have the binary, we have the include, we have the libraries, and we have the opel.ssl.config. But we have to open the binary file, and then we have the application, that is OpenSSL. Okay, so now another file that you need to open is .android. So what path that you have to follow is go to your computer or this PC, whatever you have, go to your local disk C, navigate to users, and then select your users that you are currently using, and then go to in which the Android Studio is installed. Then go to .android, which is a hidden file. Make sure you select the show hidden file option, and then you have to go to .android. You'll have the options like the desktop downloads, and the first file would be .android file. That is the hidden file. You can see a dot in the front, so that's a hidden file. So go to Android, and then you have to locate the debug keystore. Okay, so we have the debug keystore here. Now the next file that you have to open is, go to your Explorer. Okay, now we have to locate the JDK file then that is installed on your computer. On my computer it is local disk C, program files, Java, and then I have the JDK and the JREs. So I'll open JDK and open the binary folder, and here I have to open the command line. So I'll just have that CMD written. You can also do CD whatever your path is, and then open that. So that's perfectly fine. Okay, so we have to minimize it. Let's go to the browser. Okay, it does not allow me to go to the browser directly, I don't know. Okay, so I'll just copy that and oh come on, I'll just copy that and paste that on my command line. Okay, so okay, I'll just full screen it. Okay, so this states the path to SSL library. Okay, so we already have the binary / OpenSSL, that's the application. So we just need where the binary is situated. So we'll just go to bin of SSL. Yep. So just one step back. I want from here. Okay, so whatever your path is, just before the bin, you can copy that and just paste that in here like this, Okay, so that's really simple. Do not press your up button because the command line does not works with up or down. It just only works with left or right button. You have to navigate through the entire thing. Okay, so library, and I'll just paste that in here and correct. Okay, double slashes. Okay, now we have the Android Debug Keystore. So you can just replace it with your username. I'm going to replace it with my username anyways. So yes, that should be it. You can get some errors, but fine. I'll just run it and it will ask for the password. Now you just have to input the password, which is Android, all small letters. Now ANDROID, Android, and it will give you a certificate. This is the key hash that you want to paste in the Facebook developers configuration. Okay, so just go to your browser. You have the file now. You are not releasing for a release. You are not generating the key hash for a release, but you are generating a key hash for a debug release. Okay, that's not release actually, that's a debug file or the debug APK. It will work fine, but if you sign your APK and ready it for the release, it will not work at all. Okay, so you can just paste your hash like this. Remember, a hash will have a equal to at its end, so you have to save it like that. And yes, I guess it's done. Okay, no, okay, fine. Now let's hit continue. Would you enable the single sign-on for your app? If you would like to have the Android notification to have the ability to launch your app, yes, I want the ability. You can do anything that you want here. It's entirely up to your thing. That is the app that you are developing. Do you need it or you not need it? Okay, now we have to update the strings. Okay, so we'll just need to have the following things. Now we have to update our strings files. You can just copy those two strings and go to your string file, go to your resources, go to values and go to strings and just paste those strings here. The values are not actually correct, so we have to replace the values, but we'll do that later when we go to the next stage. Okay, and then we have to add the internet permission to the manifest file. Okay, just go to your manifest and add that internet permission. Okay, we have added the internet permission. Next, we have to add the meta tags in the Facebook activity. So just add it to that activity. Okay, so let's go to, okay, what, I'll just mute that just a second. Okay, so now what we have to do is you just go beneath your activity, any activity that you want, and just paste that in here. The entire code, you can just paste that in here. And remember, do not paste this code inside that activity, because the activity should be a direct child of the application tag. Okay, so just do not paste that inside your activity. Just after the closing of the activity you can. Okay, so we have done this. Oops. Okay, so we have done this. We have to hit next now. Okay, so you can log events now. Okay, so this is basically not the thing that we are going to do it from here, because that's not really beginners friendly, and I'm totally focusing on beginners, so let's not take this like that. Okay, so we'll go to the Android. We'll work on the main activity.xml first. Just let it load. Okay, fine. Okay, we'll just do it like that, and we'll go to text. And we have a login button, facebook.login button, which is a wrap, which is a match parent wrap content, and the beautiful sign in button is here. Yes. What you can do to adjust the padding, if you wanna have that the width of the button which is given to you, you want to have that enlarged, so you can just increase the top padding. Okay, it's like 25 and just can increase. You can also increase the bottom padding if you want, obviously. Oh. No, just 25. Okay, so we have the big sign in button here. It's fine. Okay, just situated in the middle. That's not very pretty, but fine. I'll just have that like that. Okay, let's do that 10 for 10. Okay, that's fine. So now just have some constants there, and just give it an ID of Facebook login button, and that is done. Now just like the previous time, open Firebase from the tools. Go to authentication, email and password authentication, scroll down to the bottom, select Facebook login, and that's it. Okay, you need to have the Firebase authentication in order to have the Facebook login. Yes, you have to have the Firebase authentication on. So go to your app Gradle file, app level Gradle file, and just copy the Firebase authentication there. You don't need the Play services because we are not using any Google product here. We're not using Google sign-in at all. So we have the Firebase auth now. Now what we have to do is we have entirely completed that in our app. Now the next thing that we are going to do is just go to this and just select the entire thing. Okay, just select the entire thing and just copy that and just paste that in your on create of the main activity. Okay, you just have to have this. Okay, you have to just import everything now. Okay, so will have to declare a callback manager, which is a m callback manager. Okay, that's very good. You have to import the login button as well. Now just import by pressing Alt plus Enter everything. Oops, you'll have to just change the button. Okay, Facebook callback, and yes. Okay, so this should be out of this, not here. Okay, so where are the brackets ending? Okay, here. I'll just remove this and just paste it in here. That's an on activity result. I have to import the intent class on activity result. Okay, so if you are adding Google and Facebook authentication both to your app in a single activity, the on activity result with collide, so what you can do is you just have the on activity result of the Google sign in, and then you can add an else condition after that parent if condition. After the else statement you can have this statement. Okay, because the on activity result is the same for all the things, so you can have the on m callback manager dot on activity result, which is this for the Facebook, in the else statement. Okay, so now we have the problems in the tag and the login button, which is obviously fine. Okay, so now we have to just change this to the Facebook login button, and that is done. And just create a string which is named as tag, and given an ID of let's suppose Facebook login. Okay, fine. Facebook login. Okay, now we have the problem in the handle Facebook access token, which is a method that we have not implemented yet. Oops, what the heck. Okay, so we have the handle Facebook access token, which is the next method that we are going to implement. Handle Facebook access token, and just copy that and then paste that in your methods. Okay, so access token, you have to import the class auth credentials. What? Import? You just need to press Alt plus Enter to import everything. Okay, so update UI, no, we are not going to do that because we do not have a method which is just update UI is just another method that you want to call when you want to change the interface when the user is logged in or not logged in, it's successful or not successful. It's just a method that you can create anything. Okay, so you'll just need to have the mauth, which is the Firebase authentication, or the Firebase auth, which is mauth, and then in the on create method you can just go mauth Firebase auth dot to get instance. You have to get the instance of the authentication. Okay, now we have the Facebook activity, Facebook login activity. We have the main activity dot this. So this is good. Now we have everything set up correctly. Now we have missed certain things. Okay, so we have an on start method. If you want to check that if the user is signed in or not signed in, you can choose this and you can implement that. Okay, so now we have done with everything. Now what we are going to do is go to our Firebase console. Go to your Firebase console. We have not connected the project as now, so now I'm going to show you how you can connect your project via Firebase console directly, not from the Android Studio. Now in the previous lesson I've told you how you can just connect your project to the Firebase via the Firebase assistant in the Android Studio, but we'll do that now for this one. Okay, you can add a project. You can name that which is like a Facebook sign-in. Okay, so Facebook sign-in, which is fine. Locations, you can just add your locations, whatever you like. It's creating our project. Okay, so the project is ready. You have to hit continue. Okay, and here we go. The Facebook started. Okay, so it started. Now you can manage authentication and things like that. Okay, so I'm just gonna go to project settings, Facebook sign in and support email, which is not configured. Now we have no apps in the project. Okay, so I'll add an app to the project. Now the package name, I'll just copy the package name here. I'll just go with the yep, here we go. Now this is the project that I have copied, the app name or the app nickname that you want to have it known internally, by which, okay, so we'll just have Facebook sign in. Okay, not really fancy name, but fine. Now we have a debug signing certificate. Now what you have to do is, in order to access the Firebase authentication, you need to have the debug SHA certificate. Now what you have to do is just go to your project and navigate to the right hand side where the assistant, and you'll not have that fabric icon there, but you'll have the Gradle file always there. Go to your Facebook sign in and go to your root folder. Then go to your Android folder and double click on the signing report, and it will execute the signing report and you'll get a SHA-1 certificate, and you just need to copy that and just go to your browser where you were working and just paste that SHA certificate here, and it will just load up. And then you have to input you have to download the Google services.json file. Okay, so it will download the Google services.json, and yeah, it's in the bracket which is 9, but fine, it is. Here we go. Okay, fine. Okay, so we'll locate that to the desktop. Oh, my taskbar. Yep. Okay, so Google services. Now we have to rename it. I'll have to remove the 9 at the end because yep. So now you just have to copy this, go to your project wherever you have the project. Now Facebook sign in, you just need to go to app and open an explorer, and that's it. Go to your Gradle, or not Gradle but your app, and just paste that in here, the Google services, and it's done. Now just go to Chrome and then hit next. Okay, you have to input the dependencies here. Now in the project level, class path, which you already have, I guess, Firebase core, and the Google services. Okay, so I have just copied everything. You can do it at your own space. So you can just go to the app level module and just paste these things. Okay, so just as the dependencies bracket closes, you just need to have this line of code. I don't know why my taskbar is not opening again and again. It's really frustrating. Okay, never mind. Now we have the implementation. Okay, and here we go. They have the implementation of the Firebase core, and yep, that's it. That is what we need here right now, and just gonna hit sync now. Okay, so this should be fine, I guess, this time. Come on, sync it. I was just opening file. I could not find the class path for any arguments. Okay, that is not good. So now what you have to do is just we are getting that error. We are getting that error because we have not implemented the services class path. So just go to your project level Gradle file and just copy that, I guess paste that thing, and it should work now. Okay, so now it's done. We have implemented all the dependencies correctly. Now let's go to the browser again and just hit next, and you can skip this step. It will verify it automatically. Okay, so we have this project configured. We have to go to the authentication, go to sign in methods and enable Facebook. Do not forget to enable Facebook right now. Okay, you just need to enable Facebook. For the app ID, go to your the thing the developers facebook.com in which you are configuring your app. Just go to next, and go to back. I mean go to next, and now we have this. Now what you can do, you just need to go to your Facebook login and just go to settings. You can have your app ID mentioned over here. Okay, so just click it to copy it, and just go to, I don't know why my taskbar doesn't show. Okay, just go to okay, I just have to switch the app. Okay, just go to your app ID and just paste that. Now the app secret, you'll have the app secret, you have the sign in. Okay, you just need to go to settings. You have to go to the basic settings. You have the app secret here. You can just show it by entering your password. Okay, so we'll just enter the password. You have the password here. Okay, so you have the app secret here. Copy that. That's a combination of that's an alphanumeric string. So just copy that, and oh, I have to just switch browsers. You just need to copy that and just copy this OAuth redirect URI and just copy that and save it. Okay, now go to the Facebook sign in, go to this, and so you just need to go to your app and then settings. You'll see a valid OAuth redirect URIs, and just paste that in here, and just okay, and that's it. You have done this. Okay, so enables OAuth to flow devices like smart TV. You can just explore these settings, and then you can do whatever you want. Okay, so you just go here. We have done this. Everything is now done, and I think we can run the app and see. Okay, so we'll just fire up the ADB. Okay, so the emulator is up and running. You just need to click that button, and let's see if that works. And it's loading. Yes, it is. Make sure your device is connected with the internet, and yes, it's going to work just fine. Okay, you can just input anything that you want, and just anything. Okay, let's log in. And let's see. And yes, see, it's happening. That's continuous Brucker, and yes, we are logged in. Boom. See, that's really easy. So thank you guys for watching the video. You can like, subscribe, and ping us on our website, on our blog, in the comments down below. And if you have some questions, we are ready to answer them. Thank you.